Here we are back on the Bridgebook homepage again, and there was a sudden explosion of activity. As you can see, we have got recently online children, and this was a class that Mr. Jackson had in the classroom, and they have added their avatars and they've updated their profile pictures, and that's been reflected by in the recently online section of the page. As I've demonstrated, you can hover over the pictures and it will tell you their information. But what I also need to mention is this search field. So we're going to search for members, and we know that Kelly Newton is definitely a member. So let's have a look for Kelly Newton and hit search. So there we go. We've found everybody called Kelly Newton. There's only one Kelly Newton. It sounds like a football song. So I'm going to click Kelly Newton, and this is going to take me to Kelly's profile page. Now, the reason why we were able to find Kelly Newton by typing her name is because in her profile she has filled in her first name and last name. If I was to try to type Kelly Newton, if she hadn't filled in this information, we wouldn't be able to find her. Because of this is her username, and it wouldn't be able to find Kelly Newton. Something else interesting on these profile pages that the children have set up are these areas of interest, or their favourite subject and the clubs, etc. Something that Mr. Jackson and I discovered is that when they enter their information, it becomes like a link to a hot topic. So, for example, Roald Dahl, as you can see, has become a link. Swimming has become a link. Gym, art, etc., etc. 2DJ has become a link. And these are sort of links to a common interest. So if I click swimming, this is going to show me everybody who has said that swimming is an interest of theirs. So we can see Jack, Ben, Thomas, Caleb, etc., etc. All of these children have added swimming as one of their interests. Okay, so we've seen how you can use the search to find a user. We can also search to find groups. Now at the moment we've only got 10 groups, so this perhaps is a bit of a redundant feature. But if I type staff in the group search and click search, this is going to search all of the groups for anything that contains staff. So we can see there are 4 results: staff, foundation staff, key stage 2 staff, and key stage 1 staff. And if I want to become a member of any of those, I can click request membership and find myself a member of that group. We can search for the blogs. Now the blogs part of the search is not relevant yet, really, because we haven't got that many sites in our network. We have 2 sites in the network. We have Bridgebook, the site that we're on now, and we have newandbridge.co.uk, which is the main school site, which is still under construction. But in the future, perhaps children or classes or groups will have sites of their own. So we can search for blogs. So if I look for Newham in the blog search, this should return the Newham Bridge Primary School site. And there's a button that says visit site. I can click it, and that's going to take me directly to the Newham Bridge Primary School site, which, as I say, is still under construction. Please ignore the tram. Okay, if we want to get back at any time after coming out of that, out of the Bridgebook environment, we are still technically in the Bridgebook environment because we still have our little quick links. So I can just click on the Bridgebook button, and that takes me back to the Bridgebook homepage. We can also search for posts. And remember, these are classed as the posts. So if a while back you remember something interesting being posted, or an interesting tip being posted for Bridgebook, you can just search for tip and hit search, and that will bring up all of the posts, including the word tip. And the last thing that we can search for is we can search for forums for anything that we like, so topics or mentions of it. But as I've mentioned before, the site-wide forums aren't aren't in operation at the moment. Well, they are in operation, but there aren't any forum topics. So searching for tip within the forums, in fact, searching for anything would return nothing because there aren't any global forum topics.